My wife of 15 years was cheating with her college friend who turned out to be a professional con artist. What I discovered next changed everything. My name is Connor Hayes. I'm 48, former FBI special agent, currently work as a security contractor for diplomatic missions. Think Jason Bourne, but with more paperwork and less car chases. I spent 15 years building what I thought was the perfect marriage with Lauren, and we have two amazing kids, Riley, 12, and Noah, 9. The job keeps me away 3 to 6 months at a time, Afghanistan, Iraq, various African hotspots where American diplomats need protection. It pays extremely well, $280,000 annually, but the cost is being an absent husband and father. Lauren seemed to handle it well. She managed our finances, raised the kids, lived the suburban dream in Colorado Springs. Looking back, there were red flags. Our monthly expenses had jumped from $8,500 to nearly $14,000 over the past year. Lauren said it was inflation, private school costs, the usual. I trusted her completely. She was my rock, my anchor, the reason I risked my life overseas to provide for our family. Then there was Tyler Brooks, Lauren's old college friend who'd recently moved to Colorado Springs. Divorced, worked in real estate investment. He'd been coming around more often, helping Lauren with financial planning while I was deployed. I was actually grateful someone was looking out for my wife. Christ, I was naive. If you enjoy stories about betrayal, revenge, and justice served cold, hit that like button and subscribe right now. Every day brings completely new stories, each one more intense than the last. Everything changed on March 15th, 2024. I'm in Kabul, pulling a 16-hour shift guarding the embassy compound. My secure phone buzzes at 0300 local time. Unknown number, US-based. The message just said, "Thought you should know." Attached were 3 photos. My wife Lauren walking into the Marriott downtown. Same time stamp, different angle. Lauren and Tyler entering an elevator, his hand on her lower back. Third photo, their shadows against a hotel room window. My first instinct was denial. Had to be fake. AI generated some kind of mistake. But that dress, I'd bought it for Lauren's birthday last year. The distinctive scar on Tyler's forearm from his motorcycle accident story was visible in the elevator shot. I sat in my concrete bunker in Afghanistan, staring at proof my marriage was a lie, unable to do anything about it. That feeling of helplessness lasted about 6 hours. Then the FBI training kicked in. I started with our joint bank account. My clearance level gives me access to certain financial tracking tools, perks of working in federal law enforcement for 20 years. What I found made my blood boil. $45,000 transferred to an account under Brooks Investment LLC over the past 4 months. When I called Lauren to ask about it, she had an answer ready. Too ready. "Oh honey, Tyler's been helping me diversify our savings. Real estate markets are hot right now, and with your deployment pay, we should be investing smart." I'd heard enough interrogations to know when someone was lying. Lauren's voice had that slight uptick, the over-explanation, the deflection. She was fucking him and stealing from me to fund their lifestyle. Credit card statements showed a pattern. Expensive dinners every Tuesday and Friday, hotel charges, jewelry purchases I'd never seen Lauren wear. One item caught my attention, a $3,200 bracelet from Tiffany, bought the same day as a $450 hotel charge. I requested emergency leave. Family medical situation, not technically a lie. I landed at Denver International on March 20th, told no one I was stateside. First stop, rental car, basic surveillance kit from my gear locker, and a cheap apartment 2 blocks from our house. The next morning, I watched Tyler's black Audi A6 pull into my driveway at 10:15 a.m. He had a key code for our garage. My garage. He stayed for 3 hours. When Lauren picked up the kids from school, she was wearing the Tiffany bracelet. For 2 weeks, I documented everything. Tyler came over every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday while the kids were at school. They'd also meet at hotels twice a week, different locations, but always upscale. The Hilton Garden Inn seemed to be their favorite, specifically room 237. But surveillance from outside wasn't enough. I needed audio, video, concrete evidence that would hold up in court. That meant going inside my own home, inside their hotel room, inside their vehicles. What happened next still gives me nightmares. I waited until Lauren took her Ambien. She'd been using sleep aids since I deployed. Guilt, maybe? At 2:30 a.m., I used my key to enter my own house like a burglar. The plan was simple. Plant recording devices in the living room and bedroom, small cameras in strategic locations. In and out in 20 minutes. 15 minutes in, while installing a microphone under our dining room table, I heard footsteps upstairs. Lauren was awake. I could hear her stumbling toward the bathroom, then, coming downstairs for water. I had seconds. The closet under the stairs was my only option. I squeezed inside, pulled the door shut just as the living room lights came on. Through the crack, I watched my wife of 15 years walk past in her nightgown, the same one I'd bought her for Valentine's Day 2 years ago. She stood in the kitchen for what felt like hours, but was probably 5 minutes, drinking water, checking her phone. My heart was hammering so loud I was sure she'd hear it. Finally, she went back upstairs. I finished the job with shaking hands, planted the bedroom camera in an air vent that gave a perfect view of our bed. The bed where my children were conceived. The bed where another man was now fucking my wife. The next night brought even more terror. Lauren's BMW needed a GPS tracker and audio device. Simple job. Except our garage door opener had been malfunctioning, making random grinding noises at night. I'm under Lauren's car trying to attach the GPS unit when the goddamn door opener kicks on by itself. The grinding, mechanical screech echoed through the neighborhood like a fire alarm. Mrs. Patterson's house next door lit up immediately. I could see her silhouette in the window, then her back porch light came on. I'm lying flat under a BMW at 4 a.m. in my own garage, watching my 70-year-old neighbor investigate what she probably thought was a break-in. The garage door was cycling up and down randomly. I had to manually disconnect the opener while listening to Mrs. Patterson's footsteps getting closer to our shared fence line. Just as I finished installing the tracker, Lauren's bedroom light flicked on. She was checking on the noise. I watched her silhouette move to the window overlooking the garage. If she came downstairs, if she opened the door to the garage, I was finished. She didn't. But I lay under that car for another 10 minutes, waiting for my heart rate to return to something resembling normal. The hotel operation was going to be the most dangerous. I needed video evidence of their affair, and hotel surveillance wasn't enough. I had to get inside their room. I'd watched their pattern for weeks. They always requested room 237, always arrived at 2 p.m., always left by 5 p.m. Housekeeping cleaned the room at 1:30 p.m. My window was tight but doable. March 28th, 1:45 p.m. I'm dressed as a hotel maintenance worker. Badge, clipboard, tool belt, the whole setup. The plan? Get into 237 while it's being cleaned, install a camera in the smoke detector, be out before they arrive. Except they arrived early. I'm standing inside room 237, screwdriver in hand, smoke detector half dismantled, when I hear voices in the hallway. Tyler's laugh. I'd know it anywhere now. It haunted my dreams. They're talking about making this quick because Lauren needs to pick up Riley from soccer practice at 4 p.m. The keycard beeps. They're coming in. The bathroom. It's my only option. I grab my tools, slip inside, lock the door as quietly as possible. The toilet and sink provide some sound barrier, but I can hear everything. God, I've missed you. Lauren's voice, breathy and desperate. Miss me? It's been 2 days. Tyler laughs. The sound of a belt hitting the floor. I'm crouched behind a hotel toilet, listening to my wife have sex with another man. The camera is half installed, my fingerprints are on the smoke detector, and I'm trapped. They go at it for 25 minutes. 25 minutes of listening to Lauren make sounds I hadn't heard in years, saying things to him she'd never said to me. I memorized every tile pattern on that bathroom floor, every chip in the mirror, anything to distract from the betrayal happening 15 feet away. Finally, they're done. I hear the shower start. They're cleaning up together. My chance. But the bathroom door won't open. The lock is stuck or I'm shaking too badly to work it properly. Panic sets in. If they find me here, everything's over. My evidence, my case, my children's future. All of it hinged on not getting caught hiding in a hotel bathroom like some kind of perverted stalker. The lock finally gives. I slip out, finish installing the camera in 30 seconds, and head for the door. But the hallway is full of guests, some kind of conference group heading to the elevator. I can't walk out looking like maintenance without being noticed. The emergency exit. Fire stairs. It's my only option, but it'll trigger an alarm. I crack open the stairwell door, no alarm. The hotel's system must be malfunctioned or disabled for maintenance. I slip inside, climb down 6 flights, and exit through the parking garage. My hands didn't stop shaking for 2 hours. The surveillance paid off beyond my wildest expectations. Within a week, I had video evidence of multiple recordings of Lauren and Tyler having sex, including audio of them planning my downfall. I captured their financial conspiracy through recordings of them discussing how to maximize the divorce settlement and make me look psychologically unstable to win custody. But most disturbing was discovering the bigger picture when Tyler started bragging about his system for targeting lonely military wives. The most damning evidence came from a conversation I recorded on March 30th. Tyler was explaining to Lauren, once we get the house deed transferred and the custody hearing goes our way, we should have about $850,000 to work with. Maybe it's time to relocate. Lauren's response chilled me. What about the other women? The ones from Texas and Nevada? What about them? They served their purpose. This is bigger, though. Connor's got real money, real assets. This could be our retirement plan. My wife wasn't just cheating. She was part of a systematic fraud operation. Keep watching to see how this gets even more twisted. I reached out to Casey Stewart, my old Army buddy who'd gone into law after his service. Casey's a straight shooter, handles military divorce cases, and knows how to keep his mouth shut. Jesus Christ, Connor, he said after reviewing the evidence. This isn't just adultery. This is organized financial fraud. Your wife's boyfriend is a career criminal. Casey ran a background check on Tyler Brooks. What we found was disturbing. 2 previous marriages, both ending in amicable divorces where he kept significant assets. 3 different Social Security numbers over the past decade. Bank accounts in the Cayman Islands totaling $890,000. Outstanding warrants in Nevada and Texas for financial crimes. Tyler Brooks wasn't his real name. His birth name was Tyler Morrison, and he'd been running cons on military families across the Southwest for over 8 years. Connor, Casey said, your wife might be victim here too. This guy's a professional. I wanted to believe that. For about 5 minutes. Then I listened to the recording of Lauren coaching Tyler on my psychological triggers, my deployment schedule, my financial habits. She wasn't a victim. She was a collaborator. Instead of confronting them, Casey and I developed a different strategy. We'd let them think their plan was working while building an airtight case for the divorce and criminal prosecution. I started acting unstable. Came home from deployment early, claiming stress. Picked fights with Lauren over small things. Made comments about feeling paranoid and having trouble sleeping. I was creating the narrative they wanted, a psychologically damaged veteran who couldn't handle civilian life. Meanwhile, I documented everything. Every financial transaction, every hotel visit, every lie Lauren told about her whereabouts. The camera in room 237 was providing weekly evidence of their affair and their planning sessions. On April 15th, I hit the jackpot. Tyler, feeling confident in his success, started bragging to Lauren about his previous clients. The woman in Nevada was pathetic. Her husband deployed to Qatar, and she was so lonely she practically threw money at me. Cleared out their joint account, $78,000, before he knew what hit him. He had victims. Multiple victims. This was a federal case now. But what Tyler didn't know was that I was already 3 steps ahead. Lauren filed for divorce on April 20th. The papers cited irreconcilable differences due to plaintiff's psychological instability and substance abuse. She was demanding 70% of our assets, full custody of the children, and $4,500 monthly alimony. Her family hired Calvin Pierce, one of Denver's most expensive divorce attorneys. The retainer alone was $50,000, money they clearly didn't have unless Tyler was funding it. Casey arranged a meeting with Pierce on April 25th. The plan was simple. Let them show their hand, then reveal our evidence. Pierce's office was everything you'd expect from an $800 an hour attorney. Floor-to-ceiling law books, mahogany desk, original artwork. Pierce himself was a shark. Expensive suit, perfect teeth, the kind of aggressive confidence that comes from never losing. Mr. Hayes, Pierce began, my client is prepared to be generous in this settlement, given your condition. We understand the pressures of military service can be overwhelming. He laid out their terms. I'd keep my retirement account and one of our vehicles. Lauren would get the house, the kids, and most of our liquid assets. In exchange, they wouldn't pursue a full psychological evaluation or challenge my fitness as a parent in public proceedings. This is really the best outcome for everyone involved, Pierce continued, especially for your children who need stability right now. I listened to the entire pitch without saying a word. Just nodded, took notes, played the part of a defeated, psychologically broken veteran who knew he was beaten. At the end of the meeting, I stood up, shook Pierce's hand, and pulled an envelope from my jacket. I need to think about this, I said, placing the envelope on his desk. But I want you to review these documents first. I think they might affect your client's negotiating position. I walked out without another word. The envelope contained 47 high-resolution photographs of Lauren and Tyler in hotel rooms, bank records showing the $125,000 transferred to Brooks Investment, LLC, audio transcripts of their conversations planning the divorce fraud, Tyler's real identity and criminal background, and a letter from the FBI's Financial Crimes Division confirming an ongoing investigation. Pierce called Casey 2 hours later. The meeting he'd demanded for the next day was postponed indefinitely. Lauren called me that evening, hysterical. What the hell did you give to my lawyer? He's acting like the case is over. I kept my voice calm, controlled. I gave him the truth, Lauren. All of it. You've been spying on me? You sick fuck, I knew you'd lost it. 15 years, I said quietly. 15 years of marriage, 2 children, a life we built together. Was any of it real? The line went silent for so long I thought she'd hung up. Connor, save it. You picked your side. Now live with the consequences. Within 24 hours of Pierce seeing the evidence, Tyler was making moves. I watched from my surveillance apartment as he loaded suitcases into his Audi. License plate scanners I'd placed on the routes to Denver International Airport confirmed my suspicions. He was running. But I'd been ready for this possibility. The moment Tyler made suspicious financial transactions, specifically purchasing a one-way ticket to Brazil, I made a call to my former colleague at the Bureau. Special Agent Jake Murphy and I had worked together on international fraud cases. Jake owed me a favor from a case in Miami where I'd provided intelligence that broke open a money laundering operation. Jake, I need a professional favor. I gave him Tyler's real identity, his travel plans, and the evidence of his fraud operation spanning multiple states. Within 6 hours, Tyler Morrison was on the FBI's Financial Crimes Watch list. He never made it to Brazil. TSA flagged him at the Miami connection, and FBI agents were waiting when he landed. 8 years of running cons, and it all ended in an airport detention room. When Lauren found out Tyler had been arrested and their money was frozen as evidence, she called me at 2 a.m., sobbing. He's gone, Connor. He took everything and ran. I don't know what to do. You know exactly what to do, I said. You just never thought you'd have to face the consequences. Tyler Morrison pled guilty to federal fraud charges across 4 states. 8 years in federal prison, $340,000 in restitution to his victims. Lauren was named as a co-conspirator but avoided prison time in exchange for testimony against Tyler and agreement to a settlement that left her with almost nothing. The divorce was finalized on June 15, 2024. I retained full custody of Riley and Noah. Lauren received $50,000 settlement and visitation rights under supervision. She had to move back in with her parents and find employment. She's working as a receptionist at a dental office now. I kept the house, vehicles, and 95% of our assets. The community found out everything. Small town, big scandal. Lauren went from respected suburban mom to local pariah overnight. The soccer moms whisper when she shows up for supervised visits with our kids. Riley and Noah are doing well, all things considered. Kids are resilient, and family therapy is helping them process their mother's betrayal. They live with me full-time now, and I've transitioned to domestic consulting work so I can be home every night. I sold the house. Too many bad memories. We bought a ranch outside Colorado Springs with enough land for the German Shepherd I promised the kids. His name is Ranger, and he's the best security system money can't buy. The most unexpected outcome has been the letters I've received from 3 other women across the country, Tyler's previous victims. The FBI investigation uncovered his entire network. These women thanked me for bringing him to justice and giving them closure they never thought they'd get. One letter, from a woman named Patricia in Nevada, really stuck with me. My husband was deployed to Afghanistan when Tyler destroyed our marriage and stole our life savings. I thought I was stupid, weak, gullible. Learning that he was a professional criminal, that this was planned and systematic, somehow made it easier to heal. Thank you for getting him off the streets. Lauren destroyed our marriage for a con artist who never loved her. She lost her children, her home, her reputation, and her future for someone who was planning to abandon her from day one. The hardest part isn't the betrayal itself, it's explaining to Riley and Noah why Mommy made such terrible choices. How do you tell a 12-year-old girl that her mother chose temporary excitement over her family's future? But we're building something new. Riley made honor roll last semester. Noah scored his first goal in youth soccer last week. We're healing, moving forward, becoming stronger. Trust but verify, folks, especially with the people closest to you. Love makes us vulnerable, but it shouldn't make us blind. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button and let me know in the comments what you think about Connor's revenge. Was it too harsh or exactly what they deserved? And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and hit the notification bell to get alerts for more intense stories like this one.
They say just forget. Move on like it's easy. But forgetting you feels like remembering someone I've never seen. I've been trying to erase you from the places in my mind, but the harder that I fight it, the more you're hard to leave behind. Every memory keeps slipping through the cracks I try to close, like a face I should remember, but somehow never know. Forgetting you feels impossible, like chasing something I can't hold, like trying to remember someone that I've never even known. I keep reaching through the silence for a past I can't undo, 'cause letting go of what we had feels like losing something true. Every moment turns to fragments, every thought just fades to blue, like I'm searching for a feeling that still only leads to you. Forgetting you feels impossible, like chasing something I can't hold, like trying to remember someone that I've never even known. I keep reaching through the silence for a past I can't undo, 'cause letting go of what we had feels like losing something true. But now every empty moment still reminds me what is real. Forgetting you feels impossible, like chasing something I can't hold, like trying to remember someone that I've never even known. I keep reaching through the silence for a past I can't undo, 'cause letting go of what we had feels like losing something true. Some days feel off, like I'm standing but still falling. A little pain, a little tired, and no one to tell it all to. There are days that feel unsteady, like I'm drifting out of place. Every step just feels so heavy, with a smile I have to fake. A little hurt I keep inside me, a little weight I always hide, and 1,000 quiet worries I've been holding deep inside. There's no one here to tell it to, no one who would understand. So I carry all these feelings like they're slipping through my hands. A little broken, little lost, trying hard to just get through. All these nights I stay awake with everything I never say to you. I keep walking through the silence like it's all I've ever known. Every crowded room reminds me how it feels to be alone. There's no one here to tell it to, no one who would understand. So I carry all these feelings like they're slipping through my hands. A little broken, little lost, trying hard to just get through. All these nights I stay awake with everything I never say to you. Maybe one day I'll be stronger, maybe I'll learn how to speak, but for now I keep it buried in the parts of me too weak. There's no one here to tell it to, slipping through my hands, a little broken, little lost, trying hard to just get through. All these nights I stay awake with everything I never say to you.